What is up, YouTube? Jonny B here again today, and we're going to be working on this GR86 and actually boosting two cars at the same time. You guys probably saw that video of the orange car a long time ago. But we're going to be installing a JDL turbo kit on this GR86. It's going to be my first one, and have a couple people asking, and I did do it. I just haven't posted it just yet. Thought I lost the footage, but I was able to find it. So this is how it looks, completely stock, and we're going to be installing it. Here is the turbo kit. It comes with the no-cut intercooler, and then it's going to be rocking a Garrett turbo, because JDL does make the Pulsar ones, but this was the Garrett turbo at the time, with an unequal length header, and it's all V-band clamps, so no bolts like the old kits. So the turbo gets V-banded on the bottom and then also on the downpipe. And it also comes with a cat now versus the first gen ones. So the header's off, and we got the intake off. That's how it looks under here. Next step is we got to remove that oil pan to replace it with the turbo oil pan. That's how it looks up here. Always make sure to cover the intake ports. So one of the things you got to clamp is this main hose that goes into the crankcase. If not, that hose will pop off as well, and you got to clamp it here on the intake as well. Here's the turbo that they provide for the 2022 GR86 and BRZ. Pre-welded elbow and a nice cast piece of exhaust housing. Pretty nice. I need a better light. Oil pan is out. The new JDL one is here. Nice and pretty. It's got the bung for the oil return, and we're gonna go ahead and get it ready to install on the bottom of the engine. I also cleaned out the filter. It did have a little bit of RTV, which is normal for these cars, I guess. You can kind of see some of it there that was like stuck in the mesh. We got the oil pan on. Next up, we're gonna put is the header. And by header, I mean this absolutely gorgeous exhaust manifold or turbo manifold. Let's go ahead and slap this on. Got the turbo on here now, just sitting on the exhaust manifold. I bolted this to the back of it, which is like a special adapter to turn it into where it just gets clamped on versus bolted on. I forget what it's called at the moment, but this is where the oil feed's gonna go, water lines, and then the oil drain right at the bottom. Normally they're not clocked for the turbo kit, but I guess JDL probably clocked it this time because it's fitting perfect. So I'm guessing that's how it's supposed to go. I'm excited about that. Super close to everything, but that looks good. Now I gotta figure out how the piping goes because I haven't done this kit yet. So yeah, let's see what else we got over here. So we got all the cold side piping. We have some hot side piping. This looks like, this almost looks like an overpipe. Huh. But it might be the downpipe. We'll see. Here is the downpipe. I got it put together. It comes in two pieces. Comes with a cat on the new stuff, and got the oxygen sensors on. So this is the AFR reader oxygen sensor, and then this is just the oxygen sensor that would trigger a check engine light if the cat wasn't functioning properly. So you can see here, JDL uses these emission systems where they're super high flow, but they still clean the air, so it's good for emissions. And you won't have a check engine light. So it's really nice to see this in all of the new systems. It's a little bit more expensive because I think this is just $500 by itself, like buying the cat and then him having to fabricate into it and weld it. Makes it a little bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, it's worth it with all this new compliance issues that a lot of shops are having. So I took off the crash bar and I installed the intercooler because it bolts to the back side of the crash bar. So doing this with the crash bar on would be impossible. So it's a good thing that I took the crash bar off, even if it was on accident, because typically you have to cut the crash bar for the different the intercooler that comes in the previous gen, but this intercooler doesn't require that because it just bolts to it. It's a lot smaller but wider. So I figured out all the intercooler piping puzzle. That big piece with the MAF sensor stays on top, and then it has a step down to like a 2.5 inch. Bolts to the intercooler here. And on the inside, there's this really curved piece that goes, and then you use like a 90-degree elbow to join with the part that goes to the turbo. This is the one that holds the blow valve, and then it has this opening here for it to connect straight to the wastegate. So just go from there to there. Wastegate's connected. Only thing we gotta worry about is that blow valve. We can get up to a vacuum up here somewhere, but I still gotta look at the rest of the kit. But now I got that part done, figured out. So I got all the intercooler stuff done, and also did the water lines and the oil lines. Well, that's all done. Downpipe is mounted as well. I installed some catch cans from Radium on both sides. So that's going to be covering. This is going to be going straight to the back of the intake manifold. And then this is straight to crankcase. Clamp that down as well. This got clamped down here because this is breathing. And then it just bolts straight to here where the filter's at, because we don't want to put boost into the catch cans. So there's also this contraption over here where it's a one-way valve, so we don't put the boost into that catch can. And then this is going to be the vacuum for the blow-off valve, because the wastegate vacuum just goes right off the turbo pipe right to the wastegate. So we're getting everything pretty much done. I haven't put the intake on, but that's ready to go on as soon as I'm finished with everything else, which looks like I'm about there. We're going to be doing injectors from Intercooler Dynamics. These are the 1050Xs, and it's got plug-and-play connectors. Oh, there's map sensors in here. I was wondering where that was. So here we are with the turbo. It's all pretty much done. I went ahead and routed everything. Did the catch cans. This routes down. This routes to the back here. The JDL turbo kit comes with this little one-way valve. Same thing with that one. Routes to the bottom of here with the compressor, and then routes here to this. I don't really like this fitting, but this is the fitting we got because it's just straight up. If it was like a 45, it'd probably look a lot nicer. And yeah, everything's looking good. Underneath, I got the overpipe installed. It comes with a new overpipe to fit, and then full exhaust is done. Everything's looking good. Got everything tightened up. I still gotta put the skid plates on, but now what's next is putting on the bumper. So now that we got the turbo installed, we got the tuner here hacking away so that this thing can turn on and we can hear a purr for the first time. So turbo kit's installed, they got tuned. He took it over the weekend and he's back just to finish up putting the skid plates that go underneath. But the car's been running great. There's been no leaks whatsoever, so it's working out great. So he just has to finalize some of the tuning. He's had some issues with the flex fuel reading like an E50. It's like stuck reading E50 for some reason, so he's got to figure out with Delicious Tuning what type of mapping they run on those. But overall, the car's been running great. I'm just gonna take off the bumper because I forgot to hook up the DRL on that headlight, and then just put the skid plates underneath because I left them off just to double check that it wasn't leaking. So I don't want to have everything be covered up and then can't tell if it's leaking or not. So That's why we're doing it today. So let's lift it up. Yeah, let's hear it. It feels good.
Feels good. It's a really linear power curve.
Yeah, it's super linear. I like the little. It's like it's sneezing.
Yeah. Because originally I wanted the HKS blow-up valve.
All right, this car's done. I went ahead and installed my old splitter on his car too, so he can have that amazing look. That looks good. So the car's tuned on 91, making like 270, 280, and now he just needs to run it on ethanol, get it up above the 300 mark. But the car's quick, feels good, really nice and linear. He's super happy with you know how all the noises make, so it's a super cool car.